that grip. So look for the first couple of laps to probably be a little bit slower than what the actual race pace is going to be. These guys are going to be waiting for their tires to heat up. Another interesting thing on these cars, they do not run the standard slick tires like you see in the Cup Series or the Truck Series, or even the Xfinity Series. These have grooved radial tires, so a little bit different tire setup. But other than that, it's the handling it's not as the tolerances I don't think are as tight. So they handle just a little bit worse, in my opinion. They don't have the downforce of the Cup cars that are glued to the track all the way around this thing. So you're going to see some slipping and sliding. You're going to see some guys maybe push up the track, maybe especially on the exit of the turns. It's going to be a show to watch for sure. See if those guys get up there and tag the wall.
So I'm watching a couple of these guys going in circles here, and they seem like they're turning the wheel a lot more than what you would see in a Cup car or a truck car. Does that talk to me about that there. Does that, do they just not turn as easily, or can they just handle more wheel rotation? Does it burn the tires off more? Kind of break it down for us.
So the tires are going to burn off just as quick, if not maybe a little quicker. But these cars, they don't have the downforce, like I said before. So it does take more wheel, especially if you enter into the turns pretty hot. It's going to be something to keep an eye on. See if tire management's a big deal. I know that a lot of the people, they pay attention to tire management and your mile and a halves, your cookie cutter tracks. Bristol's another tire management track. I've lost a couple of races due to the poor tire management where I pull way out ahead of the field, cook my right front off, and guys just reel me back in. So see who's going to be good at saving tires, and we'll go from there.
Well, we're just under 5 minutes away from green flag, it looks like. There's these 12 guys that are qualified already. There's three people that haven't. I wonder if they are actually in the race or if they're just qualifying late. I can't see a bonus to starting in the back like you might see at Daytona. Can you?
Other than maybe trying to avoid some carnage, but these guys are going to be packed in so tight. Looks like Magic Mike has advanced the session, so we're getting ready to grid up.
We're underway. Awesome.
And we're going to see how these guys do tonight. I'm excited to call it. I'll go ahead and go over some more stuff with you. In this race tonight, they're going to have two faster pairs with unlimited tires. There's going to be, I believe there's 15 total cars on the track that are going to be gridding up. It's a half-mile high-banked oval, so the speeds are going to be fast. There's not a whole lot of lifting that has to go on. Last week's podium, first was Josh Oswald, second, Elliott Longenecker, third of Ray Page, fourth of Michael Swink, and fifth of Alex Veith. We'll see how they sort out tonight. Coach, take us through the starting lineup.
The starting lineup, well, like we said, we've got Tyler Rice on the pole, and to his outside, going to be number 17, Josh Oswald, and back in the second line, number 98, Sam Wetstein, who seemed like he had a lot of good runs yesterday, and just a lot of bad luck, got taken out. You're going to have to help me with the 68 name once again. Was it Keith Lichtenwalner?
That's it, Keith Lichtenwalner.
Lichtenwalner, well, that's a mouthful. Back in the third row, number 46, starting on P5 is Tucker Muffley. To his outside is going to be 57, Zach Nunner, who probably spent all day trying to get the right side of his truck.
Absolutely.
The Daytona paint off the side. He had a good run yesterday, as well as the person starting in P5, the 44 car of Philip Manzo. To his outside is going to be number 55, Ken Leap. Back in P9 is 77, Magic Mike Uribe. To his outside in the P10 is 39, Mikey Keller. And then in the back row is 42, Joaquin Meza. And to his outside is the 4 car of Chud Bassett. And these last 3 guys, I'm not sure if they're gridded up or not. Looks like they are.
Yeah, we got Michael Swink in the 30 car, Anthony Scarillo in the 529, and Jamie Tweed bringing up the rear end with the number 12.
Sounds good. So we will be, looks like we're gridded up, ready to go. The guys are starting their engines up. We'll have 2 pace laps, and then 75 laps to find out a winner here at Bristol.
And
cars rolling out. Oh,
sorry about that. I jumped in. Naturally, I had a little technical difficulty there in the beginning, and but we got it sorted out. So rock on.
Party on, Wayne.
That's something that you need to realize going into this, folks. If you're watching at home, we are not professionals. We are not the full-time broadcast crew for the Rebels Racing Network. We're some fill-ins. We're just here having a good time. Of course, I am Garrett Kinder, joined with Christian, Coach Dedman, and Matt Geis. So we'll call it the best we can. Hopefully y'all enjoy it.
Yeah, even the brilliant.
Sounds good.
Zach Wetstein even couldn't get me squared away. Poor guy. But he did a hell of a job getting us set up here.
He tried. I was in here. He tried his hardest.
He gave his best effort.
All right, looks like
15 car field at Bristol. It's going to be a good little race here. We'll see who can come out with it.
How long till we see a caution?
You know, these guys, they've been racing on primarily short tracks the entire time. I think they've visited Charlotte, but most have been on short tracks, and it's been fairly clean. We'll see if that trend continues. I hope it does, because I want to see some green flag laps here at Bristol.
Well, the pace car is off. Coming to the green flag in the air. 75 laps here at Bristol in the stock cars. We are underway.
Tyler Rice running that low line. Looks like he's going to be up in front pretty handedly coming through turns 1 and 2. Looks like the 98 of Sam Wetstein going to be dipping down low through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, Wetstein poking to the inside. Takes an early lead. Right behind him is the 46 of Tucker Muffley. And then right behind him, 57 of Zach Nunner.
Tyler Rice, after starting on the pole, slipped back to the P4 position. We'll see if he can make some of those spots back up. But right behind him is the man that's known that can, and the caution's already out.
And just like that, caution's out. Got a wreck towards the back of the field. Looks like number 4, Chud Bassett, got knocked into pits. 39, Mikey Keller, looks like might have got caught up in it also. And the 12 car of Jamie Tweed still in the pits. I have to play that back and take a look at what happened.
Looks like the 39 got up in the wall and bounced down and knocked Chud Bassett down into the pit lane.
So we were just got looks like 2 laps in right there before the caution. Now the good news about a short track is damaged car doesn't exactly cause as many problems. Am I right?
No, they're not nearly as aero dependent as what your mile and a half, your super speedways and whatnot are. So you can basically run without a front clip and be competitive here still. There is a little bit of aero that comes in, especially whenever you're trying to make your turns, but it's not near as big a deal as what most people make it out to be.
Well, they'll get things sorted out when we get back to the restart. The leader's going to be 98 of Sam Wetstein. He found his way up to the front quite a bit last night in the Losers Lounge truck race, but just seemed like one incident after another ended up getting knocking him to the back of the field. And then right behind him is Tucker Muffley, followed up by the 57 of Zach Nunner. Zach Nunner, I feel like at some point here pretty quick is going to find his way to the outside.
Hopefully he can keep it off the wall here at Bristol, as it's a little harder to save at Bristol if you get to that outside wall.
I don't feel like we gave him enough heck for finding that wall so much last night.
Well, his car looks like it's been up sitting in his backyard for about 3 years. That paint scheme all rusted up.
I was going to add that paint scheme is beautiful, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. The street stocks, they're not meant to be pretty. They're meant to get out and bang doors and have a good time with them. And his paint scheme looks like it's been through the ringer a time or two.
Well, they are double filed up. That means we are 1 to go. Pace car coming around turn number 3 onto the back. Turn number 2 into the backstretch. So these restarts a little bit different than last night, if I'm not mistaken. As the leader, you can be a little bit more aggressive off the restart. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely. With the draft not coming into play, as you can see here, Sam Wetstein takes advantage of that exactly. Gets a big jump out front. Doesn't have to worry about the draft reeling them in and passing them up and spitting them out.
Oh, Muffley trying to dive to the inside. He wants to take over the lead.
That was an aggressive move off the restart. We'll see if it sticks for him through 3 and 4 here.
Caution's out once again, wrecking right out behind him.
There you go. Be ready with that brake clean
I didn't see who got caught up in that. Oh, they're still wrecking. Sam Wetstein spins out. Spins out up in front. Did not see what caused all of that. Wetstein wrecking what looked like after the initial caution. Have to play that back and take a look and see what happened. It looks like the 17 of Josh Oswald might have gotten into Mike Uribe, who looks like might have had some connection issues. Could have been the cause of all that. And that sent the 529 car of Anthony Scarillo. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. So
Sam did a very good job keeping that off the wall.
We'll have to see when the caution came out, because I would think Wetstein's going to actually be able to come back to the leader spot.
Yeah, the incident with Wetstein looked like it took place after the main caution. I'm going back and looking at the 17 and 77 incident right now. Looks like you're exactly right. Looks like there was some connection issues for the 77 of Magic Mike Uribe, and Oswald just got tangled up in it, unfortunately.
So what
Oswald,
exactly...
he's won the last 3 of these races, so we'll see if he can rally back and get stuff taken care of here. Looks like he's sitting in pits an awful long time. Don't know if the fast repairs are working for him or not.
What happened to Wetstein? What caused him to spin out right there?
I think they were checking up on the front stretch there, trying to just get slowed down, and got tangled up.
You know, one thing I've noticed about Bristol is if you're riding that high line up against the wall, your car tends to get very loose coming back onto the straightaway. So those guys are going to have to be careful, especially if they have somebody underneath them coming out of 2 and 4.
Absolutely. Looks like after the yellow came out, Sam might have lifted coming through the turn and set his car upset coming through the turn, got a little loose, and came down into the 48. But Wetstein back to the point position. We'll see if he can hold on to it. See if we get more aggressive moves coming from the 48. 46, sorry, that's the 46, not the 48 of Tucker Muffley.
They're still single... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Very surprising, such an aggressive move within the first 5 laps of the race.
So we'll get to see if the 46 makes another move like that, but Nunner, he's there as well. And the 55, Ken Leet, known to drive anything with 4 wheels, some with 2, and some with none, and he's pretty good with them. So we'll see if he can make his way up to the front. Looks like Oswald got out before the pace car got to him, so he's going to work his way around and get to the tail end of the field.
We might see a few guys finish in this race with no wheels, would be my first guess.
It is very possible. Short track racing, there is a lot of beating and banging. Let's see if we can get it cleaned up just a touch, though, as the pace car drops off. 98 to Sam Wetstein. Makes a little contact on the restart there, but 98 to Sam Wetstein gets the same jump he did before. Let's see if the 46 tries that same crossover move. Makes some contact in the rear there. Sam was ready for it that time, though. He guarded that bottom side pretty well, and he's holding on to the lead, looks like.
55 of Ken Leet back in third, now 4th place. Looked like he got a little bit loose coming out of that turn. Zach Nutter in 3rd, coming up with a run behind Muffley. Wetstein to the outside. Here comes a run by Nunner.
2 wide with Michael Swink and Keith Lichtenwalner coming through the turns right now. Seeing how it's going to work. Sam Wetstein in the wall.
Held on to it, but he's going to lose a spot. Kind of got into Nunner a little bit there.
Still riding that wall now.
Still riding the wall.
And that's something that you got to watch out for. These tires changing. Their grip levels are maybe starting to fall off already with these guys driving as hard as they are. Might have to start lifting just a touch into the corners.
Wetstein falling back to 6th. Up at the front is going to be the 46 of Tucker Muffley. Right behind him is Zach Nunner once again. Oh, yellow's out. Big right back behind. The 6th car of Tyler Rice coming to a standstill on the track. Not sure if that was a self-spin. I heard the accident. I didn't see it. And
like
Tyler Rice is smoking. Looks like he's going to have to come down pit road, use up one of those fast repairs.
Looks like the old friend, old Netcode, made another appearance tonight. Netcoded the 6 into the 98 there.
Netcode has not been friendly these last couple of nights. I don't know if Netcode ever is friendly. Oh, Rice blows up on pit road, not going to be able to make it to his stall. Might have to get a tow here, and if that does, that might put him a lap down. Not a major deal, as surely we'll have at least one more caution that'll let him get back in the lead lap. But still unfortunate for our pole sitter here tonight. Anybody else take damage off of that incident there?
Looks like Wetstein might have got a little bit as he nosed into the wall, but Rice definitely got the short end of the stick off that wreck. Yeah, a little bit of front end damage there on Sam Wetstein, that's for sure.
So on the restart, the leader is going to be the 46 of Tucker Muffley. To his outside will be 57 of Zach Nunner. Those two guys have run pretty much up front the entire race so far through 19 laps.
Tucker's been trying a different approach, as most of the field has been using the outside line. Tucker's been diving in deep and holding it onto the apron.
That's something I noticed when I ran some practice laps, that my best lap times came when I was about half a lane off the apron. You lose a little bit on an exit, but you pick up a lot of time through the turns. So he might have noticed that as well. And I'm sure before too long, if he stays out front and pulls a gap on these guys, that others will follow suit.
Looks like we are we still single file, 2 to go, it looks like.
Yeah, lots are still on the pace car, so we're at 2 to go at least still. Wetstein making his way off pit road, trying to catch back up to pack here.
55 laps to go. Do you think these guys have to pit for tires at some point? Or can they ride on those 4 that they started with all the way to the end of the race?
Well, if it stays as caution-laden as it's shown to be so far, then they're not going to have a whole lot of wear by the time the 55 or 75 laps rolls around. So I wouldn't see it being necessary to pit for tires, and I'm sure they're thinking the same thing. Track position is going to be a big deal. It's hard to pass here. You have to get your runs and time them just right. So I think that track position is going to be king here.
You have to get with your buddy there, your dirt buddy, Zach Nunner. He's even running up along the wall under caution. We're going to have to teach this guy how to run down low here on some asphalt.
You know, habits are hard to break. He likes hanging out there high, wide, and handsome, and we'll see if he can make it work starting on the outside row of the front row here.
All right, doubled up. Pace car turned off his lights. That means we're 1 to go. As we come around, what looks like that's turn number 2.
That is a difficult part about calling races at Bristol. Is all these turns look identical and they go by so fast.
Pack's entering turn 3 now. The pace car will be off shortly. We'll be back underway. We've got, looks like, bad math right there, 52 laps to go after the green flag. Green flag.
A little bit of games being played on the restart there. That's all right. Looks like Muffley got a pretty good jump. Zach Nutter might be able to hold off Ken Leap on the inside line. Looks like Lichtenwalder is making his way up to P3.
Back in the back, Michael Swink in a 30 car looking to make a nice push up to the outside.
They just went through that turn 3 wide. Joaquin Mesa, Judd
almost had an
Bunsen,
accident.
Manzo. Nunner, he likes hanging it out there high, wide, and handsome. He gets those good runs down the stretches. He's in the wall right there, though.
Leap and Swink made a little contact. I thought that was going to be a spin out. We could have seen a huge wreck. Able to hang on to it. Swink pushing his way up to 3rd.
Swink and Leap have raced side by side a lot in this series so far throughout the season, and they've been pretty respectful. Looks like Lichtenwalder got a little loose on exit, hard nose into the wall.
Yikes! And he went instantly to pits. That's going to be about a minute and a half tow. He could find himself a lap down. Play that back right here. It looks like does he touch the apron maybe, or does he? No, he just loses it. Straight down to the wall.
Yeah, got loose off exit and nosed into it. Logan called it earlier. These cars will get loose on exit, especially off that low line. So that's something these guys really need to watch out for. Lichtenwalder paid the price there.
I think we've had as many cautions already in this race as we did in the entire Losers Lounge race last night.
I agree. That Losers Lounge race was very clean.
Yeah, you're right, Garrett. With the speed that these cars carry coming out of the corner, it's very easy to have the back of the car just come out from under you, and once that happens, there's no stopping it.
They are very difficult cars to save. About all you can do is just lock down the brakes and hope and pray you don't just completely obliterate your radiator, your motor, or your whole front of your car on that inside wall, because chances are you're going to make contact.
Yeah, Lichtenwalder still on pit road. Can find himself multiple laps down.
Looks like Josh Oswald got one of his laps back.
Exactly what to say. Looks like he was the lucky dog. He'll still be a lap down, I believe.
Yeah, he's still 2 laps down. He was at one time he was 3 laps down.
Now, here's a question for you guys: if this goes to a green-white checker, are we going to see somebody use their car for a bump and run coming into that last lap?
I think it all depends on their comfort level for sure. There's some guys in here that I know have employed that strategy already this season, and they've employed it well. So it's not too far-fetched to see that happen. But it all depends on who's leading the pack and who's doing the bumping and who's doing the running here.
Do we have any teammates in here tonight?
Oh, yeah. Michael Swink, Josh Oswald. I know they're full send. I don't know if there's anybody else for full send on there. Joaquin Meza is an Oval Addicts racer. Magic Mike Uribe and Philip Manzo are both on double down. Tyler Rice, I believe, is another Oval Addicts racer. So him and Joaquin are teamed up. Other than that, I'm not 100% sure.
I think Sam Wetstein's the only Reaper Racing out there.
Yep, so far he's the only Reaper Racing guy that's been. I think he's the only Reaper Racing guy that's raced in this series so far this league.
It's like coming up to the restart, 46 Tucker Muffley still be in the lead, and then to his outside is Zach Nunner, Chud Bassett finding his way up to the second row. He'll start off in P4.
I'm keeping an eye on that 30 car, Michael Swink. He's been pretty dominant in the races leading up to this one in this series. I'm pretty sure he's been in the top 5 in absolutely every one of them. Brought it home in P4 last week. So we'll see if he can get to the top of the leaderboard here and bring home a victory.
They're doubled up, it looks like, coming in into turn 3. Someone's slow there in the back. Can't see who that is. Pace car is off, green flag in the air, lap 30, 45 to go here at Bristol. And Zach Nutter making a run to the outside. Let's see if he can make... Oh, never mind. Zach Runner's got it. Oh, good restart for Nutter, or for Muffley, excuse me.
Yeah, Muffley made that inside work. And
somebody in the wall once again. Caution's out. Don't know who that was. That was Anthony Scarillo. Play that back and see what happened.
Looks like him and the 12 made a little bit of contact coming down the back stretch there.
He takes a hard shot into the infield wall there. I mean, his car looks
yes, he does. Right, yes, he does.
Missing
the front bumper and the front and the hood, so he's hurting a little bit.
It's another incident where somebody running the high line pushes off that wall coming out of the corner. Just happened to 529 to be under him in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He's still in the pits, so looks like he'll also be a lap down. We're going to have multiple cars that are laps down. Tyler Rice is 5 down. Lichtenwalder is 4 down, and Oswald is 2 down.
Oswald just
Who
moved
just
to
got
one down.
Yeah, just got
Yep.
one back, so he'll be 1 down.
So slowly but surely, Oswald's working his way back up, trying to get those laps back. We'll see if he can work his way back up through the field, make it 4 in a row. It's an amazing thing to me. He's won the last 3. He's got some work in front of him, though, if he's going to pull off the W tonight.
Oh, I think if he gets his last lap back, I fully expect to see him towards the front of the field by the end of this.
While we're under caution here, we'll bring up some of the other series we run that are broadcasted here on Rebels Racing Network. We'll start with, I believe, our first one's our Friday night, the Extreme Xfinity Series, hosted by one of the guys up here in the booth, Mr. Logan Sturgeon. He is the commissioner of that league. We've been having stacked fields in that every week. Seems like it's a full field, and it's a dang good time. Saturday nights, we do the Saturday Night Send It Cup Series. Jesse Necula, Chris Heiner, I believe, are the 2 head honchos on that series. Then over on Intensity Broadcasting, and also on Rebels Racing Network, we have a Sunday Night Truck Series, our Outlaw Series. I believe, no, it's not on Rebels Racing Network. It's on a HAR TV, HAR-E-TV, H-R-E-TV. The Outlaw Series is with the Rebels Truck Series broadcasted on Intensity Broadcasting. And then this, of course, is our Monday night Magic Manzo Monday Night Street Stock Series. These aren't always broadcast. We had the ability to do it tonight, so we figured we'd get after it.
Lights off on the pace car. As they get double filed up, will be 1 to go. Lap 37 at the green flag. That'll be 48 laps to go. Tucker Muffley up in the lead still. Zach Nunner to his outside. Swink and Leap behind him. And Joaquin Meza finding his way up to the 3rd row.
Meza's been making a run. He slowly but surely been creeping his way up through the field. We'll see if he can work the rest of the way up here. Looks like the 529 is making his way off pit road right now.
Pace car is off. Green flag. Green flag in the air. See who gets the best of the restart here. Muffley getting a great run. Swink right behind him. Going to take P2. And here comes Chud Bassett to the inside. He's going to find his way to the top 3.
Chud Bassett with that power move down the bottom side of Nunner.
Swink hard into the wall.
Nunner loves running that high line, looks like. And he's making it work right now, hanging on that quarter panel.
Swink getting loose. It
Swink
finds
gets
the wall
loose up
once
in the wall.
again.
There could be 3.
That sends Bassett down to the apron.
Oh, Swink wishes he had that
still-
corner back.
Swink is still out of control.
And if you're Muffley right now, you're loving to see this because he's just pulling away.
Oh, absolutely. Nothing but headlights bouncing around behind you. That's a beautiful thing to see.
Muffley probably hoping that they get these things sorted out because he doesn't want to get bunched up back together again with them.
He's pulled out about a half a corner lead on these guys. He's getting close to running away with it.
57 is Zach Nunner taking the inside.
Don't look now, but here comes Mr. I Can Drive Anything, Mr. Ken Leap, looking on the inside of Swink, see if he can make it stick.
Oh, Swink got
gets
loose
loose.
once again.
Oh.
Swink
Leap helps him
spinning,
around.
caution comes out. Swink into the wall. Oh, big shot.
Big hit.
Big hit. Swink got airborne. And he's going to have to come to pits. My goodness.
Yeah, Swink got loose in the middle of the corner, and Ken Leap had nowhere to go and just kind of helped him finish him off.
Anthony Scarillo comes in with that late hit on the 30. He was running too wide through the corner with Tyler Rice and didn't really have anywhere to go. And Swink definitely got the bad end of that. And with that, folks, watch out, because Josh the Jet Oswald's back on the lead lap.
Oswald
You
back
see
on the lead lap, and Scarillo, Lichtenwalder, and Rice need a lot of luck to get back in this thing.
Oh, absolutely. It's gonna take some work for sure, but with Oswald being no longer a lap down, next caution Swink will get his back. Maybe depending on who's in front of who, either Scarillo or Lichtenwalder can start working on their lap deficit, see if they can get a few of them back.
Well, they named this
Well-
race, what is it again there, Garrett? Catch the Jet.
Catch the Jet 75.
Ah, there you go. And it's all Josh Oswald's fault right there, because he's been winning every race.
That's
So,
exactly right.
Now that man is back in business here.
Back
Well,
in business.
Jet's going to need some green flag laps if he wants to be able to get back up to the front.
Now that he's back on the lead lap, Oswald I've seen him be a very patient driver, where he's nowhere in the picture with 5 to go, but with 2 to go, you better look out because he's knocking on the door to top 3.
We got one of our series commissioners here, one of our most improved drivers in the league, Phil Manzo. He is running in P4, it looks like. 5? Top 5 nonetheless. That is pretty impressive, especially on this track.
Absolutely, this is a very difficult track to master. It is awesome to see Phil Manzo up there, rocking it up there in the top 5 in that 44 machine. He's a heck of a guy too. Couldn't happen to a better guy. Matter of fact, let's pull Mr. Manzo into the booth here and have a chat with him. Phil, it's Garrett, Logan, Matt, and Christian up in the booth. You got a copy?
Uh-oh.
Phil.
Go ahead, I got a copy.
All right. Hey, we see you're knocking on the door in the top 5 up there. Tell me how the race is going on your end, bud.
It's going pretty well. Just trying to avoid all the.
Yeah, there has been quite a bit of carnage out there. Looks like you're doing pretty well in avoiding it. We'll get you kicked back down to the general chat for this restart. Good luck, bud.
Thank you, guys.
So that was a fantastic interview, let me tell you.
I was gonna say, it sounds like he is locked in, huh? He can't even focus.
He
on
was.
us.
Every time somebody came across the iRacing comms, he was locked in. He's got it. He's focused up.
Someone blew up there. Who was that?
That looked like Manzo and Wedstein got into each other.
Oh, damn! We distracted him too much.
Well, pace car's off. Green flag in the air. Bassett to the outside. Got a decent run. But there goes Muffley once again. Nunner staying in tight behind him.
Nunner running that low line. He may be a little uncomfortable down there. We'll see how quick he jumps back high.
Bassett takes the P2 spot away. Back behind them, the 55 of Ken Leap staying in tight.
You know, Ken Leaps, he's not going to push that car. He's going to wait for these top 3 guys to make a mistake.
Oh, Bassett had a little bit of a run there. There's a block thrown by Muffley, it looked like. A little bit of contact.
Oh,
Muffley still
Nunner's
want to make
looking on
a
the
stick.
inside.
Bassett getting loose. Bassett gets loose. Can he hang on to it?
Saved it down the stretch.
Almost took out Leap. Would have been another caution.
Now he is hung out up there on the outside. We'll see if he can pick up some speed and find a way in there in front of the
Bassett
12.
falling behind. Nunner trying to get a run on Muffley.
Nunner with a big run, looking on the outside like he always does. Let's see if he can make this work. He's going to have a huge run.
Not quite pulling away like we saw in the last restart. Might have seen those tires coming down a little bit.
Nunner's making it work on that high side. We'll see if he can get a good run down the back
Could have a
stretch
run right here.
Stay on that quarter panel. That's all he needs to do.
Soon. Oh, got strung out a little bit too high. Muffley doing a good job fighting everything off. Wrecking in the back.
Looks like the 44
somebody's
of
there,
Manzo and the 98 of Wetstein got together. Let's see what happened here.
He is still rolling too.
Looked like Scarillo got caught up in something once again. Somebody got launched. Sam Wetstein goes instantly to the pits. That might have been him. Manzo is slow on the track. To play that back and see what happened.
Manzo got hit twice. He got hit with the front of Sam's car, and then he got hit with the back of Sam's car. Yeah, Wetstein just got a little bit loose off of exit, looks like, and makes contact there with the right rear of Manzo, and then gets hit a couple times going down the track. That's a heck of a ride. He's still flipping, rolling down to the back, rolling down to the apron, and then gets tagged by Magic Mike just for the cherry on top.
Wreck of the night right there. 5 stars.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Starting to get to the later stages of the race. We're only at 20 to go here. Muffley looked like he was getting, really starting to pull away from that. But after that last restart, it wasn't able to stretch his lead quite so big. Nunner and Leap staying right there with him.
I don't know if y'all have the voice chat turned on for the iRacing comms, but tempers are already starting to flare here at Bristol. It is a track that can happen at, and
that is one thing I made sure to check and mute before I did this.
Well, for Manzo's car to flip that many times and for him to still be driving, his pit crew needs a raise.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think all these iRacing guys need a raise.
And just like that, his car is brand new. Good old quick repair right there.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. It's a beautiful thing.
This is a little off topic, but do you guys follow iRacing on Twitter?
Oh, absolutely. That's how I get all my iRacing news.
I don't follow anything on Twitter.
Did you see their response to? I believe it was Tyler Reddick asking for a quick repair after the Daytona race.
There was a couple different drivers that did that. I believe Byron was also another one that said he needed a quick repair, or he might have commented on how long his repair was going to be.
Yeah, on how long it would take. Yeah. Still single filed up, like we said on the restart. Muffley, Nunner, and Leap still 1, 2, 3. Jamie Tweed finding his way up into P4.
Tweed is not somebody I guess I'm familiar with. This may be his first race in the league. And if that's the case, he's putting on a show tonight. But that's the same thing with Tucker Muffley. I don't know if I've ever said his name over a broadcast before, or when I was running race control for this series. I don't know if I've ever seen it. So if that is the case, both of those guys are just showing out tonight on their first race, letting these guys know that, hey, we're here to play.
Is Tucker Muffley not a racing name or what? I mean...
Oh, yes. Yes, that is an epic racer name.
He probably
Absolutely.
goes to bed with a racing helmet on. How about that kind of name?
Goes to sleep in his little Jeff Gordon bed with a racing helmet on, huh?
Logan will fight you over that.
I know he will. I know he will. Logan wants to take some pictures in it.
Back to the race.
Back to the race, he says. Enough ragging on Logan. Another guy I want to point out, Joaquin Meza. He's creeping up on that top 5 awful quick.
Oh, goodness. Keep got into the back of Muffley on the restart.
They're going to be already spinning.
Oh, already spinning.
Looked like
Magic Mike Uribe in the wall.
Looked like a mix-up between Uribe and Anthony Scarillo. Let's take a look at that.
Boy, very tough night for that 529 car.
.529 car has had a rough night, and we'll see if he gets back on the track or not. He's sitting in pit road right now.
The top line kind of checked up. 529 had a big run, tried to take it to the outside, but it's kind of hard at Bristol to make it 3 wide and make it work.
The 3 wide at Bristol is a scary place to be. Probably scarier than most any other track out there. I know I don't like to do it, and unfortunately it looks like Magic Mike Uribe, one of my favorite guys. I'm not afraid to say it. I'll show favoritism. Magic Mike Uribe showed a little bit. He got short end of that stick.
Just for the millions of viewers at home watching, just a reminder, this is kind of our rookie development series here. So a lot of these guys are still building up their skills. We're going to have some cautions, but that's part of the learning process, and it's a lot of fun to watch nonetheless.
Absolutely. So if you're somebody, I believe they're still looking for people to join in on this. It's a 1,500 I rating cap. If you want to get out here, maybe learn a little bit, hop on over. We'll have a good time.
Coming up towards the the last 15 laps, excuse me. We're on laps 61 to 75 here. Pretty safe to say, well, I say that. Let me back it up and just go ahead and ask you guys this. Do you think there's any stopping for tires? We're seeing a lot of spin outs and things like that. But it's not so much coming from the guys up the lead. Do you think they've got it figured out?
I don't see tires getting. I don't see anybody pitting for tires. Even if you do spin, you can get back under caution, especially with these just concurrent cautions. It seems like your tires will cool down. Yeah, they might not be as pristine as some of the guys that haven't spun, but you're still doing pretty well.
Yeah, traditionally, I don't think you plan on pitting in a street stock race, but that doesn't mean these guys can't do it.
Muffley down on the apron. What's he doing there?
He may just be taking the short way around the track, saving fuel, or maybe trying to get down on some cooler pavement, trying to cool them tires off.
There for a second, I thought that was the pit entry line. Not the exit line. I thought he was pitting. I was like, that's a bold strategy.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
All right. Looks like we're still under caution.
Well, we're getting down to crunch time. See if one of these guys behind the 46 wants to push things here within the next few laps. They're gonna, if they want a chance to win, they're gonna have to do something to move that 46 out of the way.
And our camera guy on point there, keep an eye out for Josh Oswald. He's worked his way all the way up to P6 after being 4 laps down. He's back up to P6. We'll see if he can pull it off here.
Well, who really isn't surprised with that one?
He is a driver. I like Josh all just the same. I'd like to see somebody else win one of these things.
Well, he's got to pass the toughest man out on that track in that 55 car.
Ken Leap is very difficult to pass as we're back green. Outside lane did not get a very good jump. Looks like Tucker Muffley still hanging strong on that bottom line. Zach Nunner trying to reel him in from that outside.
Muffley got down a little. Oh, here comes Nunner. Nunner trying to take the inside.
Nunner with a big run.
Oh,
Almost make contact. That was about as close as it's going to get without somebody spinning, folks. They are fighting hard up there. They are
fighting for the front. We'll have to see. How awful would it be to see a wreck up there at the front?
On board with Nunner here as he is digging, trying to get to that back
getting
bumper.
Right behind him.
If he can ever get to that inside corner for a little bit of contact.
now
If he can ever get, and Ken Leap takes advantage. Ken Leap to P2.
Muffley just doesn't look quite as comfortable. As I say that, a great run off the exit right there.
Oswald working his way into the top 5, back behind him underneath the 04 of Chud Bussett.
7 laps to go. Muffley still out front. He's held that spot for a large portion of this race. Starting to pull away now. Now that he's got a little bit of space.
He loves seeing these guys 2 by 2 behind him because it kills everybody's runs. Nunner looks like he might pull back in front of Leap here.
Muffley stretched that lead out to a half a second. Nunner and Leap battling back behind him. Somebody into the wall. That was Chud Bassett. Found the wall on the high side.
These guys are out here digging. Looks like they've pretty much gone single file, trying just to get runs, see if they can make a move on the stretches here. Oswald looking to the inside of Chud Bassett.
Nunner trying to reel in Muffley. 5 laps to go here at Bristol in the street stocks of the original Rebels Racing League. Ken Leap starting to fall behind just a bit out of those top 2. Muffley sitting pretty if he can hang on to it.
He is holding that bottom line. He knows that's where he's got to defend right now. And right now he's got a 4 or 5 car length advantage over the 57 of Zach Nunner. He's sitting pretty right now. We'll see if he can hold on to it.
Nunner's really yanking that wheel down. It looks like he's trying to put every last bit of tires that he's got left into
Nunner's
these turns.
closing the gap. He's closing the gap.
Slowly but surely. 0.4 of a second separate Muffley and Nunner there up at the front. Crossing the start-finish once again. 3 laps to go.
I don't know if he's got enough time. I don't know. Unless they re-rack him, I don't know if he's got enough time to get up there.
And a re-rack is very, very, very possible.
The 12 and the
Down
17
in the back,
are fighting
exactly.
back there for the top
Oswald and
five.
Tweed. Oswald and Tweed battling for position.
They were making contact. Tweed was bump drafting with the 17, which is not something you'd like to see at Bristol.
No,
Approaching the white flag. White flag it comes in the air. There it goes. This will be the last lap of the race. If Muffley stays mistake free, he'll have it.
I don't think
Entering
he'll
turn-
be denied here.
Entering turn 3, looks clean, is clean. Muffley crosses the finish line, spins out at the end of the race. He takes home the checkered flag.
Zach Nutter brings it home. P2. Ken Leap, the 55, P3.
Chud Bassett coming in 4th, and Josh Oswald back in 5th. Jamie Tweed coming from the back of the pack all the way up to 6th place. Philip Manzo and Joaquin Meza will close out the lead lap cars in 7th and 8th. Great run there at the last 10 laps by Muffley.
Very dominating performance by Muffley tonight. He did very, very
looked
well.
like to that middle portion of the race, like maybe he was starting to slow down a bit.
Showing off his drifting skills through the turn there.
Oh, he almost found the barrels of the pit road there. That could be bad. Burn him, burn him, burn him.
See if he can get a good burnout going in this skinny Bristol track. Looks like they're getting a picture set up for the top 3.
That's your cue there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. That's all me. Well, that was outstanding. Let's go ahead and pull in our P3 driver, Ken Leap, see if he's in a chat somewhere. I don't think he's typically in Discord, but we'll see if we can find him.
Oof.
I'm not seeing him, so we'll start with P2, Zach Nunner. See if Zach's anywhere. I don't see Zach Nunner anywhere either. So I guess we're just going to stick with our P1 driver, Tucker Muffley, who is also not in Discord.
When all fails, we can reach out to the jet and see why his jet was not flying too high tonight.
Let's pull the jet in, give him a hard time, and we'll see what happens. So we're going to bring Josh in here. Josh, the Jet Oswald. You've got Garrett, Logan, Matt, and Christian up in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. I got you. How you doing?
Well, we couldn't find anybody else in Discord out of the top 3, so we thought we'd call you up here and give you a hard time. Couldn't make it 4 in a row. Talk us through what happened there, man.
Just getting wrecked early on. I tried, coming back from 3 laps down to finish 5th. I'll take it. Car just wasn't any kind of fast after the earlier wreck. So, fortunately,
we saw you put on a heck of a show. Coming back from 3-4 laps down, I think maybe at one point, worked your way back up, and it was a heck of a drive. Coach, you got anything for him? Guess not. Coach is not around. Matt, you got anything for him?
Well, Joshua, it was fun seeing you try to race back up through the field after all that trouble. So, what do you think of these new guys that are jumping in here? This Tyler Muffley, I think it is.
that was actually kid named Jacob Bain racing under his friend's account because he doesn't have his own account yet. But I invited him to come race tonight. His brother was supposed to race with us, but it wouldn't let him in the session for some reason. So he asked to tag along in the session. Kid ends up taking home the W on his first night. So I'm always happy to see competition. I just fortunately used my stuff up trying to get back up through. Would have liked to get up there with the top 3 and mix it up a little. Chad Bassett put up a heck of a fight for 4th. We had a good side-by-side going. It was still a good time.
That lasted 2-3 laps. Seemed like y'all were side by side.
Oh, it was still a good time. I enjoyed it. Once I got back on the lead lap, I was happy. I had a chance to gain a few positions then.
Well, we enjoyed watching it, bud. Good race. And you want to give any shout-outs right quick? Even though you're not top 3, I'll still let you.
Definitely, like to shout out Magic Mike and Phil for putting this series on. This is some of the most fun I have on iRacing is running these street stocks. So my teammate Michael Swink, who had a rough go towards the end of it. I don't even know where he wound up.
You know, I was trying to get the results
11.
pulled up properly, and Zach showed me how to do it earlier, and I forgot. But
Well, I can give you. You have Jacob Bain as your winners, Zach Nunner second, Ken Lieb third, Chad Bassett fourth, I was fifth, Jamie Tweed sixth, Phil Manzo bringing home seventh, Joaquin Meza eighth, Keith Lichtenwalder ninth, Magic Mike Uribe scoring the top 10, Michael Swink 11th, Tyler Rice 12th, Sam Wetstein 13th, Anthony Cirillo 14th, and Mikey Keller 15th.
You trying to take my job there, Josh?
there you go, buddy. That's how you do it. That's what we call
Good
BDE,
racing out,
buddy.
brother.
Gary, that's the BDE right there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, man. I'll move you back down there to the Rebels Race Comms. Good job, bud.
Thank you.
Coach, you back yet?
I am. I whenever you were talking at first, I had muted my mic, and I was over here like, hello, 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 hello.
Well, why don't you take us home here, buddy?
Taking us home. All right, guys. Congrats to number 46, Tucker Muffley. Is that his first win or anything like that? Do you guys know?
Josh
So
is just saying, yeah, go ahead, because I was doing something.
Josh just said that is actually not Tucker Muffley that's actually racing. It is a guy, I believe his last name is, I think it said it was Cody Boehm, Boehm. He's raced in the different series before. I can't remember which one it was, but raced under his buddy's account. Couldn't get his pulled up for some reason, so he wanted to tag along, come race, and pulled out a W under his buddy's account. So not a bad deal.
Yeah,
All right. Well, congrats to Cody, and thank you guys all for tuning in to the original Rebels Racing League. When's our next broadcast?
Well, that should be with our friends over on Thunderstruck. I believe we'll have Rebels Racing Network right here doing their SK mod race on Wednesday night. Thursday night, super late model over at Thunderstruck as well, and then back to Original Rebels Racing League Xfinity on Friday, Cup Saturday, and closing out with the Big Show Truck Sunday night on Intensity Broadcasting. Where our
And
very own Coach Deadman,
if you all like Bristol, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday are all going to be raced at Bristol. So it's a Bristol week for sure.
Bristol, baby. Gotta love it.
Coach, you got to defend that championship.
I hope so. I hope these new pedals get in. Maybe I can take things up a notch. We'll see. It's been a while since I've been in that top 3, so hope I can get it going.
Absolutely, guys. Up here in the booth for Christian, Coach Deadman, and Matt Geis, also joined by Logan the Fish Sturgeon. I'm Garrett Kinder. Y'all take it easy.
See ya.